Yes, so let's start record. Cool. So, hey, Dave, the show just started. This is the Chuck and Santiago show. Why don't you read that disclaimer?
Okay. Welcome to the Chuck and Santiago show.
Or Santiago and Chuck show, I think.
Santiago and Chuck show. My name is Dave, and I'm the producer of this show. The things you will hear over the next
Is that my microphone?
60 minutes represent the views of the Chuck and Santiago show and the people making them. All opinions and quotations in no way represent River West Radio and are the sole responsibility of the producer, guest, and callers. River West Radio is not liable for any legal issues arising from the content of this program.
Yeah, so that was perfect timing somehow. That somehow right at the end of the disclaimer, because I was frantically just trying to load the files in. So, hey, Dave, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
I got the red slider up.
Perfect.
My goal is to get the show where you can hear most of it. That was a little feedback, Dave.
All right, very good.
So we got an action-packed show again tonight. Tadafa was supposed to be on, but Tadafa's not here.
I think the music's a little loud, I think. Yeah, you're going to have to really watch that music. Yeah, it gets a little too loud.
Yeah, but I want to highlight the music, Dave. I want to put the music in the center stage. Here, just check it out. This part coming up is going to be great. Check it out. Face is right in the camera. When I get it up. Looks like I have a mohawk. That's it, everybody. No mo with the camera. Shmemera. Hey, Dave, you're on.
All right, so let's put the camera on me so I can't see myself. You got to put the camera on me. I still can't see. There I am.
All right. So some of the segments that we got planned for tonight, and you guys got to wait for them, is one is...
Yeah, we're going to start with...
Yeah, hold on. I want to introduce, because if Santiago was here, he could introduce the segments, but I want to host the show.
All right.
It's coming up. We're not going to do it right now, but some of the segments that we got planned tonight is... Dave's possible career change. We're going to lead off with Dave's reader mailbox. And then Tadafa was supposed to be on the show.
Where is she?
Tadafa's not here now. She's not here.
Call her.
I'm not going to call her right now. But another one. Hey, I just turned myself up. Because now I'm going to switch it up and make me the loud one. Dave's Milwaukee restaurant picks, which we kind of did before, but we're going to do it a more official way today. And Dave's seen some movies. He's got a few movie reviews. So this is pretty much the Dave show of the Santiago and Chuck show. And Santiago's coming back next week. I'm going to work. Go ahead, Dave, man. You don't have to nod your head.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm just letting you go, man. Keep going.
I don't want to just keep going. I already did the segments. I want you to cut me off.
Keep going till you're done.
Okay. All right. So, all I want to do is just to flick. So, but hey, Santiago helped us out a bunch with
Two of the things. You get like have to go down the beach. Well, even if you get more carrots, you have to go down the beach.
Welcome to the Chuck.
And their
to
shit
the
is
Santiago
less.
and Chuck show.
Why can't people have mules
Mules?
instead of cars?
Oh, mules are kind of slow
Are they?
and tired. Horses. Let me go back to where the horse and buggy.
Horses are yeah.
Who wants to do a disclaimer? Anybody?
Bicycles are faster and better than horses.
Anything spoken?
Two of the things that I have to go down each time. Well, if you get more houses, you have to go down that two and have to.
Park
Right, so-
and they eat your lawn.
Who wants to do the disclaimer?
Why?
Welcome to the Chuck.
And their
to the
shit is
Santiago
less.
and Chuck show.
Why can't people have mules
Mules?
instead of cars?
Oh, mules are kind of slow
Are they?
and tired. Horses. Let me go back to where the horse and buggy.
So, who wants to do a disclaimer? Anybody?
Bicycles are.
We got some
faster
segments
than
planned tonight?
horses.
Anything spoken? Any
Just for
later, so you guys
Why
stay tuned
can't we
in.
have more electric
Are
cars?
the sole
What about-
responsibility
yeah,
of
but what
Dave's
about, like,
readers'
why
mailbox
can't-
show.
Where's
First
Santiago?
segment coming up
Who
is
the fuck
Dave's
is
possible
he
career
and
change.
why-
This is my favorite one of the night. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
why-
River West Radio has no liability in this matter or whatever. Go
So-
ahead, friend.
You can record that separately. Who is River
Wait,
West?
were you just
have
recording
been
that?
drinking? Yeah, I'm recording again. I
So,
just started.
okay, like,
I'm-
why can't every stop sign, why can't every intersection within, like, say, the major arteries in our neighborhood in River West, why isn't it just like a blanket four-way stop? Why?
Why?
I've seen 6 accidents at Booth and Clark since we lived in, for here,
So people can. The
Why?
reason why is for speedways, so people.
Well,
know.
then they can, there's no reason to take a shortcut through the neighborhood. You're riding, you drive down Holton, you go to Center.
Well,
You
the
go to
Holton has
Center
stoplights.
to Humboldt.
People don't want to. They
Well,
stick
you know what? Then you're going to stop.
You talking about cars or about
Well, I think
They need to because I almost got killed in that corner right there because
Yeah.
this guy is going 80 miles per hour and
Down Booth, right?
they were supposed to stop and I had to right away.
Yeah, I mean, I see the drug dealers come around the corner, they do their transaction at the house, and then they just rip the heck out of you. They're like 0 to 60.
suggested to do guerrilla speed bumps where you just go in and you
For that, because you know what the inhibiting factor is in a speed bump situation. I've talked to Nick Kovac, Alderman. To get it paid for, you have to get the neighborhood consent, and it raises your property taxes. They're going to take the money and put it into your property tax. Yeah, so if you just come up and say if you just do it guerrilla style, they're going to be way less, proactive in taking it down because they're going to have to pay for that themselves, right?
I guess we could.
I mean, if you did it
I
nice.
could handle a property increase. I also want
Right, we
to
can handle it. We're all for it. But are all of our neighbors? I don't know. Hopefully they would be.
just to have like our street not be a thoroughfare.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like somebody working full time on an element to get it. It's like you gotta be hardcore.
You also just need to go up and down the street and get all your
canvas everybody.
Probably all of them. But I would rather people not have dogs
and it
anymore.
might not be like raising your property tax. You might have to pony up for it. I don't
I
know.
want dogs out of the city. I'm sick of listening to dogs bark and seeing their shit everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a barking
And it
ordinance where you
What to do? One of them. I want to do. No. You want to, 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 you want to.
So,
No. No.
for our first segment tonight,
No.
we're going to have Dave's Reader's Box.
No.
All right, I'll take it from here. As you know, we've been getting a lot of fan mail lately. Last week we had a letter come in from Berlin, Germany. This week I'd like to read a reader's mailbox letter that comes to us from London, England. Now, of course, we never say the name of the author of the letter. We keep that anonymous. We only identify them by their first initial. So this week, S writes to us from London, England. Says, quote, unquote, saw a picture this week of a man smelling somebody's balls, and I thought of Dave. Quote, unquote. That's from S in London, England. Thank you, S, for that wonderful letter. And as long as we're on the subject, I would just like to say hello tonight. A friend of ours is in London, England. You might know him as Santiago, the other host of this show. He'll be back next week, of course. I just want to say hello to him, and I hope his art show went well and when he was in Germany a couple weeks ago. I hope everything works out in London. And, hey, Santiago, as long as you're in London, are you going to go get some fish and chips? Is that what you're going to do? Why don't you go get yourself a big plate of fish and chips as long as you're in London there? All right? Hey, Santiago.
Fish and chips aren't as funny as wiener schnitzel.
While you're in London, why don't you get yourself one of them racing chap caps, okay? One of those traditional racing chap caps that the old chaps wore down at the old horse race track, all right? Why don't you get one of them caps and then go get yourself a plate of fish and chips, all right? Okay.
I like the cap. It's pretty funny. What kind of cap?
One of them old British racing chap caps, you know?
What else should he get in
Don't do
England?
that. I don't know. I'd recommend getting a cap and then going to get himself some fish and chips to eat.
What about like a pipe or a cane?
You know what? As long as we're on the subject, there's a store in England called Swain Aidney Brigg, which makes like the world's greatest umbrellas. They're about $800 a piece. But hey, why don't you go pick up a Swain Aidney Brigg umbrella and bring it back for me, okay? Because I could sure use it. All right? So I hope everything's going well for Santiago in old London, England. And we'll be glad to see him back next week.
So what kind of umbrella?
Swain Aidney Brigg is the name of the company.
Sounds good. What? What's with the big pause? Tell me more about the. Hey, this is my big favo. Because you know everybody likes coffee. Coffee's good for you. Get some Folgers. Why don't you bob in your head? Go ahead, Bob. Just Folgers in your cup. Start my day, got a special way. Got up. The best part away. This is the part where everybody tunes out, right? So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, reader's
Well, we
mailbox.
just did the reader's mailbox.
Are we done with the reader's? I feel like you should name a few more items that Santiago could pick up,
Well-
possibly. Like a money clip, maybe.
No, he doesn't need a money clip. You can get the umbrella.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know where he could go? He could stop by old Alfred Dunhill. That's a famous store in England that sells a lot of men's goods.
Okay.
You know, so you could go by Dunhill.
And what would he pick up over at Dunhill?
Maybe some leather racing gloves.
I love the way you actually had that all loaded and ready to fire. Like I was thinking I was gonna baffle you on what he should pick up over at Dunhill, but
Nah, I know Dunhill, man. They make good stuff. I've got a
they make the cigarettes, huh?
Yeah, I've got a Dunhill keychain at home too. I paid
I didn't really
200
find
bucks
those
for it.
cigarettes so great.
I don't smoke them, so I wouldn't know.
I tried them back in the day when I used to smoke.
Really?
Yep. Remember when I used to smoke?
Yeah. You weren't impressed by Dunhill cigarettes?
Not really. So, you know, the one thing is like here, you know, we just get it going. But so that was a great segment, Dave. Thanks a lot.
No problem, Charles.
So I think I got to work tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, but next week. I think I got to work next week. So it's probably my last show.
Next Sunday, you got to work?
I think so, yeah. I got there's a couple of huge parties I might get done in time. But you know, coming up, we're gonna have next segment's gonna be Dave's possible career change. I want you guys to, you know.
Let the music play for a minute. We'll get to that in a minute.
I also get
we can handle it. We're all for it. But are all of our neighbors? I don't know. Hopefully they would be.
Just to have like our street not be a thoroughfare.
Lauren, I need to keep it out of my stuff.
But yeah, I don't know how. I mean, that's like somebody working full time on an alderman to get it to happen. It's like you got to be hardcore.
You also just need to go up and down the street and get all your signatures.
Yeah, canvass everybody.
Probably all of them. But I would rather people not have dogs
and
anymore.
it might not be like raising your property tax. You want
dogs out of the city. I'm sick of listening to people dogs bark and seeing their shit everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a barking ordinance where you can call the owner shut up.
Yeah, which means
But what about the vicious circle of car alarms versus ridiculous boombox? Like, what the hell? All right, so you got your car alarm set. The street comes down and just booms through. Down the street. What the hell is that? Oh, noise pollution.
doors unlocked.
But no, these people leave their car as they're throwing. I mean, that's not it. I don't understand it. Do we see in this neighborhood that, you know, how can you push just like that? The sits on the street that is any minute dump sort of city vehicle. They don't even have a garage. I mean, if I had a car like that, I would have it in a garage.
But it's gone again. It's gone. Cars are
Yeah, they're in the refrigerator.
They're not gonna like it. They're not good at first. They're you know, you gotta get accustomed.
Are they like Irish stout beers or something?
No, it's like
Pale ale.
They're really.
So we're back for segment number 2 now, which is and this is the one I'm waiting for, Dave's possible career change.
Yep, I'm thinking of changing careers and becoming a hobo. Or possibly a drifter. A drifter would probably be a better term. Because I'm really tired of my job. I've just reached a point where I can't do it anymore for lots of personal reasons. Don't get me wrong, my job pays well. It's got health benefits and all that. I'm a public school teacher. But I'm worn to the bone, man. It's been 10 years and it's just getting tougher and tougher. And mentally, I'm not going to make it much longer on this job, man. I'm losing it. So the thing is that I'm looking for a career change, and there's just no jobs out there right now.
Losing it? You mean like what?
Losing it. I mean literally losing it. Like
Wait.
mental breakdown.
Over the job.
Psych institution. All those things. You know, shock treatment, straight jacket, Thorazine, all that kind of stuff.
Really?
Man. Yeah. So it could happen. So before that happens,
you're gonna take a leave of absence?
well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and get a leave of absence in the fall, but I don't know if I can get that or not. But it's time for me to move on. And since there's no jobs out there right now, there really aren't. I mean, jobs are really scarce right now. Anybody who thinks that there's a lot of jobs out there right now hasn't been looking for a job lately. Okay?
Yeah.
So, you know, I can say that I might have to just wander. I might just, you
So
know,
what's that gonna be like?
ride the trains through the American Southwest, man. I mean, a little warmer. You want to go to a little warmer climate because you don't want to have to deal with it living in a freight yard in the wintertime or something like that.
Why don't you move back to San Francisco?
I'd love to, but with what money? I mean, it
You
takes
can
a lot
live
of
in the Mission for about $450 a month.
dung
You have
hole,
to be a
man.
roommate.
I'd want to live on Nob Hill, man. It would have to be all or nothing. I mean, you know,
The Mission's great. What are you talking about?
I was never a Mission fan. I'll tell you what parts of San Francisco I like since you brought it up. Russian Hill, Nob Hill, Pacific Heights, downtown, the financial district, the business district, Market Street, the square, Union Square, and then a little bit of the Western Addition,
Halsted.
Japantown, Halsted. But I was never
Castro.
No, I'm not into Castro, and I'm not into the Mission.
North Beach.
North Beach is all right.
North Beach is the coolest neighborhood in San Francisco.
I don't know if I go that far, but it's pretty cool.
I mean, all those cool restaurants are kind of wiped out, though. But I worked in two of the coolest back in the day.
And what were those called?
I think Cafe Figaro's still there. And Little Joe's is still there, but it moved.
Yeah, Little Joe's did move.
And Figaro has a new owner, so it's Figaro with the old owner was the most. Luigi Dominici. Oh, Luigi Dominici's gonna sue me, but yeah, Luigi Dominici. He's the most exciting restaurant owner in the city of San Francisco, without a doubt.
Luigi, yeah, he had that one song. Remember that one song that you played for me? Oh, I
Yeah.
got the CD.
No,
How do they go? A cheapa deepa di chano, on pacina namani, ani no.
What's this? So, I don't know where that came from. This is somebody else.
So anyway, I'm
But,
thinking of just becoming a drifter, just going from state to state, getting a warm winter coat.
That was Dorian used to play that album over and over again. It was Arriviano Cilentano, and he would play Cilentano like over and over again.
Arriviano Cilentano.
When I worked at that restaurant, it would just be this Cilentano. He's great. His music would be playing all the time.
Cilentano was his
Dorian.
name. Cilentano. What was the name?
Dorian would try and lure women into the bathroom.
Really?
And he would be successful at it, like often. Yeah, they're both from Italy.
Dorian was from Italy?
Yeah. Doriano
Wow.
and Luigi.
So, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of doing is, how do you feel about the fact that I might become a hobo?
Well, Dave, I mean, how's the show going to make it without you coming by every once in a while? You have to send in some correspondence.
Excuse me, sorry.
Wait.
I'm sorry. It was an accident. I should have
I
moved my
see.
mouth away from the mic, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not. That's the one kind of humor that
I know, I'm sorry.
not into that kind of humor.
It was a total accident. I wasn't trying to do it on the air. But now that I know that you're not into that kind of humor, I'm going to start doing that stuff purposefully around you.
Why?
Because if, like, you're not into
A
it.
form of sadistic torturing.
Like,
Like you were trying to get something under my skin.
like, one time we were driving, and I passed gas in my car, and Chuck got all mad. So one time, the next time I got into his car, and he said, "Don't even come in here if you're going to do that." You're like, I wouldn't walk into your car and do that. So, and then last week we were out in the backyard, and I let one go, and he was like, "You're not allowed in the house." He was like, "You're not allowed in the house," and he stormed away all angry, like. I was like, I cranked one right in the backyard there, and he was like, "You're not allowed in the house.
It's because you're like baiting me with it.
You're not allowed in the house."
It's offensive.
It was
The way
funny.
that you're baiting me with it. It's bothersome.
Really?
Yeah.
And I couldn't help it, though. I had to crank it. I had to do it, man. Sometimes you got to do it.
Okay, so you had to belch too.
You know what'd be funny as
For
heck?
thousands of
I-
archival listeners.
Right.
I'm talking. I think I'm trying to talk like with a certain style or something.
Is this your friend right here now?
No. But I think I'm trying to talk with like I'm not just talking in a super blasé way like I intended. I think I have a little bit of style. I'm trying to create.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, so what happened to that whole hobo segment? That was it?
Well, no, we're still
You're gonna
working
be a
on it.
drifter?
Yeah, I'm thinking of becoming a drifter and just wandering around. Taking a few personal items with me and wandering around.
What's some stuff in storage?
I don't have that much to put in storage, but yeah.
Are you gonna carry your cable car cloth, your catalogs
Oh,
around?
you
with
betcha, man. I put them in a safety deposit box.
Okay.
Yeah. You
So
know
you'll
it,
put
man.
some things in storage.
Right.
I mean,
Would you like to join me?
for about a week.
Really? We could like get a can of beans and roast them over a campfire, just like the hobos used to do, man.
I like being comfortable. It's, you know, yeah. I had a few uncomfortable years when I was a kid, younger.
Really?
I think I prefer creating, like, you know, place to sleep. You know.
Yeah, I know. Well, you could always sleep under a campfire.
I have kids.
Yeah, well, that's
I
true.
have responsibilities.
So do I, but I'm losing my mind, man. I don't know if I can carry on my responsibilities anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're more than welcome to go be a drifter for a while. I think drifter has a negative connotation though too, don't you think so a little bit?
Not really, no.
They always say like he was a drifter, you know, when they're they discover like a string of bodies,
Right.
and it's always
Yeah.
like a drifter did it, not a hobo.
Yeah, I know. Well,
They never go like hobo, they say drifter. So that's what I'm saying. I think there is a negative connotation.
well, drifters get a bad rep, but so do, they also say too, like, when kids fail, they're always like, a school teacher did it. They discover that a school teacher was responsible, so.
Yeah, so you need a break.
Man, I want to go to Kathmandu.
Is that where you're gonna drift to, Kathmandu?
I don't know.
Just donate to the show. Yeah, you know, that sounds good. Or, you know, I'd encourage you, you know, you can also, I mean, I think one day soon you might discover that you can, it's like if you were to go back to work, you'd be like, oh, this isn't that hard. Possibly. Yeah, I mean, do whatever, but I mean, just so you know, you probably could you've been teaching for how many years in a row now?
I don't know,
About
7
3 or
or
4?
8, 8,
Really?
8,
Really?
8, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you're ready for a break. You're ready for a break. Do something different.
Quite possibly, man. I think I want to just... I don't know, man, but I know I got to figure something out here. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, you got like bankroll to like drift on.
That won't last forever. I don't want to touch that. So I'd have to just work menial jobs.
That's a great idea. You should do it.
Maybe live in a flop
Just
house.
keep your bankroll. Don't touch your bankroll. You have that to come back to.
Maybe live in a flop house.
Yeah, do some menial.
I kind of want to sleep out by a campfire.
I like menial jobs are cool to me. They don't take any mental effort at all.
Right.
And then they're like a workout usually. And people need, you know, they need to get their blood flowing. So, you know, whatever you're doing, it's like moving around. Sitting at a microphone all day, it's probably bad for you. You know.
I
All day,
agree.
so that's why it's good. This is an hour-long show.
This is a long show, man. An hour is a long time to fill.
No, but I mean, I'm talking about how menial jobs are good for you.
I agree. Maybe
And,
go
physically a lot of times,
sleep up in
especially
a-
if you take care of your body.
go sweep up in a bar, clean up the bar or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Exactly.
That's Frank, the main character in Bobcat Goldthwait's dark revenge satire, killing a loud, stupid teenager who gets to scream about.
What happened to
Somebody
your,
else's show. I hope they don't sue it.
What happened to your guest?
Tadafa, I told her to text me if she couldn't make it. I definitely was like, no pressure. Because a lot of times, like I told her, like when you commit to something, you say you're going to do something, and then like with about 45 minutes to go, you have second thoughts about it. And so I was, I gave her that option. I was like, I definitely feel for you. So if like with 45 minutes to go, don't worry about it. Me and Dave will handle it. Is what I
Right.
pretty much told her.
And that's what we're doing, man. We're handling it.
Yeah. I said we'd wing it, actually.
Yeah.
But we actually didn't wing it. We had 4 segments. We still got 2 to go. We're holding off on those.
Throw a little music on.
We got it.
There's more of each money except the five.
What is that? What is that voice?
That was Santiago.
No, that voice. What was that voice?
You have to ask Santiago. He emailed me this.
Okay.
He's
Some
making
weird German thing or something.
Two of the pinks, I have to go down each time. Well, if you get more houses, you have to go down actually. You have to.
Oh, baby.
No.
Dave, talk during this. This one's like time now. Dave.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Dave.
No.
Dave.
What?
No.
So let's do the next segment. It's called Dave's Milwaukee Restaurant Picks.
All right. So, put the music down a bit, and we'll get to Dave's restaurant picks. This is a new segment on the show. We're going to be reviewing some Milwaukee eateries and giving you guys the lowdown on where to get something good to eat. So why don't we turn that down a little bit now? All right.
I'm keeping it on a little bit.
Okay, well then they can't hear me though then. Can they?
No, I got it worked out today.
Okay.
Look.
All right, well, let's start with a few restaurant reviews here.
Okay.
Every good radio show has restaurant reviews.
Sobelman's.
No, we're not going to do that.
Sobelman's.
We're going to name a few places that a lot of people don't know about. So,
Three Brothers.
No, those are all the places people know about. So,
Sobelman's.
we're going to start.
Hey, what's that place on the south side?
What?
That has that, it's like people from all over the world want to go to it.
Three Brothers.
No, it's out on North Avenue. About 80th and North Avenue. It's a grumpy guy runs it. It's like a bar.
Oh, McBob's?
McBob's.
It's 49th and North Avenue.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's not that good.
Why do people love McBob's so much?
I don't know. I didn't think it was that great. but-
McBob's coming after you, man.
Anyway, let's get to the
I didn't say anything about.
let's get to the restaurant reviews. We're gonna start with the Open Flame, a restaurant out on Highway 100 and Forest Home Avenue out in Hills Corners. If you want a huge meal, I mean, I'm talking to the point where you got to take it home in a box, okay? And you want something really good, I'd recommend the Open Flame on Highway 100 and Forest Home in Hills Corners. It's not that far away. Using the freeway, 15 minutes. Even taking the city streets, I can get there from the east side in 25, 30 minutes, okay? The Open Flame has real barbecue chicken and real roasted pork served with real mashed potatoes, stuffing, vegetables, bread and butter roll. Their bread is really good. It's like some of the best bread I've ever had.
Open Flame, where is that again? It's way the heck.
Highway
That's
100
right
and Forest.
A&W, right?
Exactly, right out by that A&W on Highway 100 and Forest
So
Home.
you can go to the Open Flame one day,
And then you can go
and
to
then you
the
can spot the A&W,
right.
the sit-down A&W.
Exactly. There's an A&W right there.
But the the A&W it's got its own little special. But the Open Flame is much more the spot for you, isn't it?
I love the Open Flame. Now, you're going to pay about $10, $11 for a dinner plate, but let me tell you something. It's the best. I mean, as far as a restaurant goes, this place is really good.
Okay, the Open Flame. And the decor kind of looks like it's kind of modern building, right?
Well, the decor is a lot of European stuff in there. It's kind of interesting decor. Kind of interesting decor.
So Open Flame #1. Okay.
It's number one.
But
Now,
you're not going in any special order, are you?
no, I'm not. I'm just going down the list. Number 2 would be the Silver Spur.
Silver Spur, where's
out
that?
on Watertown Plank Road in Elm Grove. You would just take Watertown Plank Road till you get to Elm Grove, and then you would just follow it out till you get to downtown Elm Grove. It's right there, Silver Spur. Real Texas smoked barbecue, and again for $9 or $10, you can get a great sandwich. I usually get the Juicy Lucy, which is barbecue with this terrific barbecue sauce, and you get fries with it. It's really good. I definitely recommend the Silver Spur.
And the decor at the Silver Spur.
All Texas style decor. All Texas style decor.
Do they have that like coleslaw roast barbecue? I like it when they put the coleslaw right on there.
No, they don't have it. They didn't have coleslaw.
I bet you they
in
have
there.
a sandwich like that, don't they?
They might. I don't know. This was just barbecue meat. Throw some pickles on there and some good barbecue sauce, and you're set to go, man.
Okay, and what was that one called again?
Silver Spur in Elm Grove.
Baby, all right. Yes, I'm doing my things.
Hey, this is my rock song again. I made it 2 weeks ago. I didn't really make any music for the past 2 weeks. I think I made that Bee Gees song. I remade that earlier today, but this is my rock song. I made it 2 weeks ago today. There's Frankie Latina. Frankie Latina's in the house. I said his last name. Paul, Finger, Peter. Tadafa didn't show up. I saw Juicebox. We saw Juicebox.
I had never heard of Juicebox. Chuck's actually introduced me to the world of Juicebox.
Me and Dave bumped into Juicebox in Shorewood. It was like I didn't have my camera, so I didn't take a picture. Get his autograph. He was walking. He looked taller. Juicebox looked like he grew an inch or two.
Impossible.
I think it is. He looked taller. I think he was wearing platform shoes.
No, but he was wearing sandals. I saw him. Yeah.
He was wearing sandals.
He's just tall. He's as tall as you are.
Yeah, he's like an inch taller or something.
He's just a big, tall guy. That's all.
Juice box.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll
'cause
get
that
back.
was just like a flurry. We started off with Paul, Frankie, and then Juice. Not to use people's last names because we don't really use people's last names on this show, do we?
No, we don't. What time do you got? I can't see the clock.
It's 10:42.
All right, so we got about 15 minutes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 13 minutes. So that was Dave's restaurant.
No,
pick.
we're not done yet.
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry.
Then we're going to roll right along here, and I'm going to recommend for you, if you want the classic American hamburger and fries, Chuck said it earlier, the A&W.
Really?
There's one on Highway 100 in Forest Home, and there's another one out on Ryan Road by the truck stop.
Yeah.
That's
I
conjoined.
like that one better actually.
That's
It's not. The other one's old style. It's from
Yeah.
the 60s or 7. It's from the 60s, but I prefer the way that they. The food's hotter at the one. What happened? There was a drive-in out there. I think they destroyed it. It's really
I don't know.
sad.
It's hard to know, but the A&W still has the best hamburger around. If you need to have a hamburger,
Where's the last A&W drive-in? There used to be one on 94. As soon as you by 7 Mile Road, there was an A&W.
we went looking
drive-in.
for it. Remember, it
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
there.
gone.
Yeah, I don't think they're around anymore.
But there's got to be a drive-in.
I thought you said there was
There
one
used
up
to
in
be one
Green
on
Bay.
Mill Road.
On Mill Road.
Don't you,
No.
or like around Mill Road, there used to be like an A&W drive-in.
How long ago was that?
That was back in. I mean, there's still like a restaurant that always fails there now. Still,
Where on Mill Road?
it's up. It's kind of near Mill Road. It's like off of Green Bay or something in that kind of Mill Road area. And then there's this weird shopping center that I've never gone in.
Where's that?
It's out there on the way to Michael's. Usually I see it on the way to Michael's, but when I was a kid, we would just go to that A&W.
I wish I knew where that was exactly.
You don't know about that one?
No, where was it?
Then, yeah, what else?
Tell me where it was. Now you got me interested. Where was it exactly?
We'll go over there one day soon. We'll drive.
Just tell me where it was.
It's out there on Green Bay.
What
somewhere
weird
by
shopping
Mill
center, though?
Road.
What weird shopping center?
It's right where Teutonia and Green Bay split. Do you know
I'm
where that
thinking,
is?
I'm picturing-
That's where the A&W was, because now I can actually give it a spot, like giving.
That's up by La Clube, kind of.
No, but it's way north. It's like a mile north. It's way past. But yeah, it's kind of up there.
Wow.
There was an A&W drive-in. Yes,
That must have been way
But
back.
there's got to be a couple A&W drive-ins that are still like kind of. I wish I owned an A&W drive-in and you could just
What's the difference
have it-
between an Essex girl and a Sheffield?
have your like. You could serve like
The Sheffield
pad
Wednesday
thai,
is-
and you could do like fusion. You could do like like hamburger pad thai fusion with organic raw.
Is that her? No.
No, you could do like raw organic
Right.
hamburger pad thai.
Well, let's move on
Okay.
to another restaurant review
I don't
here.
know.
I also went to the Cafe Perron on
Where's that?
58th and Valete, right across from the Times movie theater, which is currently out of business, but I guess it's scheduled to reopen
The
at
time's
some point.
closed.
Yeah, but I guess somebody said somebody bought it now. They're going to reopen it.
Huh.
Cafe Perron, I went there for a fish fry on Friday night. Really good fish fry. A bit pricey. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a bit pricey, but really good potato pancakes with their fish fry. Really good potato pancakes. Cafe Perron, 58th and Valete. The last restaurant I want to review is a place called McDonald's. Got there recently too. You can't beat a Big Mac. As far as I know what I want to touch on too is Eons. If anybody's familiar with Eons on North Avenue in Milwaukee,
Where's that?
across from Whole Foods North and Prospect, big slice of
You like
pizza.
that pizza?
Big slice of pizza. I usually get the Mediterranean with feta cheese, mushroom, roasted tomatoes, black olive, but really good slice of pizza.
How much is that?
$3.75.
For that. What do you get on the slice?
I usually get feta cheese, roasted tomatoes, mushroom, onion, olive.
What? But then you're gonna go to McDonald's.
No, I was just saying that the old Big Mac is the old standby.
I haven't had a Big Mac in a really long time.
That's your problem. I had one not too. I had two of them, man. They were really good
Did you
too.
feel sick afterwards?
No, I didn't
That's
really.
the thing. If you go to A&W, you don't feel sick afterwards.
McDonald's makes you feel a little sick. The secret is not to eat their fries. Their fries are so heavy, man. But A&W, right? You
I
don't
think it's no matter what I eat at McDonald's, I feel a little sick afterwards.
really.
But not at A&W. Mm-hmm.
No, see, you like that place too, man. Exactly. Yeah, but you could go for 2 of them big burgers right
I
now.
only eat one, man. Dave
I ate
always
2.
gets 2
The big
Papa burgers.
Big Papa burger.
And fries.
Big Papa burger.
And then he thinks about a Sunday.
But I don't never have room to eat it. That's the thing.
But you always think about a Sunday.
I know. I love them Big Papa burgers, though. Big Papa in the house. Yeah, Big Papa, yeah. But
This is where the show's spiraling down when you start doing cool voices.
so
Sorry.
so the restaurant
Kidding.
reviews are done. What time we got there, Chuck?
That's the end of the restaurant reviews.
Yeah, what time we got?
We got about 8 minutes to go.
Well, let's conclude with Dave's movie reviews.
Wait, let me introduce it.
Oh,
So
sure,
let's do
okay.
Dave saw some movies recently. Dave's going to do a new segment on the Santiago and Chuck show, the Chuck and Santiago show, and it's called Dave's Recent Movie Reviews.
Last week
Take it away,
we I usually review movies on DVD, but this week I'm going to review some movies that are this week I'm going to review some movies that are currently in the theaters for you to see. We're getting a phone call?
Maybe it's over there. It wasn't us. Too bad it wasn't us. It was
All
the
right.
store.
Okay. So,
I so wanted to get a phone call.
let's take a look at a couple of movies that are in the theater right now that you might be interested in seeing. First one I went to go see was Woody Allen's To Rome with Love, okay, which is the new Woody Allen film out there. It hasn't been getting great reviews, but let me tell you, you've got to be a Woody Allen fan to like it. It's gotten a bit slow, but to me, Woody Allen is still a funny guy. It's classical Woody Allen. It's the same stuff Woody's been doing for 50 years, and guess what? It's still funny. He has an anxiety attack on an airplane. He gets in an argument with an Italian opera singer. He managed to offend all of Rome. Okay, he acts like an obnoxious American. He gets obsessed with death and retirement and psychoanalyzation. It's classical Woody Allen. At one point, he's talking to somebody who claims they can talk to the dead, and he says, "Terrific. If you talk to Freud, tell him I want my money back." It's great classical Woody Allen. And it's set in Rome, and this beautiful natural footage of Rome, which is just great on-the-street footage.
He really likes Rome now. He's kind of over New York a little bit or something.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny. It's got some interesting things in there. It's 4 segments about people's lives in Rome. The most interesting one I thought was one about a man who suddenly wakes up one day. He's a bum, basically. He wakes up one day and realizes that he's famous for no apparent reason, that the media just keeps following him around. And it's a really interesting segment. It's a takeoff on Andy Warhol's thing, Everybody's Famous for 15 Minutes or something like that. To Rome with Love with Woody Allen. I'd recommend it. It's showing right now at the Oriental Theater. Yes, it's a bit slow. I've heard some criticism about it. It's not one of his more fast-paced movies, but Woody's still a funny guy. Chuck, were you a Woody Allen fan? I wouldn't imagine you to be.
No, I like Woody Allen movies.
Do you?
Yeah,
I just didn't think it was your kind of humor.
I mean, I like Woody Allen movies. I'm not crazy about Woody Allen movies.
No, you got to see some of the classic ones.
I've seen most of them.
Have you
like
seen
what?
Sleeper?
Yeah.
Have you seen Annie Hall?
Yes.
That's hilarious. Have you seen Love and Death?
No.
Have
Maybe.
you Manhattan?
what's that
Have you
one?
seen
Yes.
Manhattan?
What is Love and Death about? I
Lo-
think I've seen it.
Love and
on-
Death is when he
on
joins the
cable.
Russian army during the
No, I
Revolution.
didn't see it.
No.
Bananas.
Bananas. Those are all great movies you just named there. Yeah.
Sleeper's the one where he was a criminal.
No,
Or
that's
that
the
was
one where
Bananas?
that's the one where he goes into the future.
Okay,
Take
yeah.
the money and run is the one where he's the
Okay,
criminal.
Take the money and run.
Yeah, he's robbing a bank with a gun carved out of soap, and it starts to rain. Yeah, it's pretty funny stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah. So the next movie I want to touch on here in Dave's recent movie reviews is the new Oliver Stone film, Savages, which has been showing around. You might have heard of this. It's a pretty vicious drug dealer film. It's got some interesting people in it, though. Selma Hayek, gorgeous Selma Hayek, plays a ruthless Mexican drug dealer named, I can't remember what her character's name was, but she's pretty evil. And it's an interesting plot. It starts out a little slow. The first hour is not that great. but the second hour is pretty action-packed. It's also got this guy in there, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
You never heard of him?
Kinda, but
That's so weird.
he
He's been in a million movies.
I guess you're right.
Most recently, he was the Wolfman.
He was the Wolfman?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't see the Wolfman, but he plays a really bad guy in this one, a nasty hitman, and he really makes the movie. He really gets into this role pretty good. Now, what really makes this movie, though, check this out.
There's tons of stars in that movie. Isn't
Yep,
it?
I'm gonna
a lot
get
of
to
big parts.
I'm gonna get to my favorite one
Okay.
right now. John Travolta's in there as a sleazy drug agent. He doesn't get in there until really around the middle of the film. He is great. John Travolta makes the movie. He is just so.
Really?
I've always been a John Travolta fan. He hasn't aged well. He doesn't look like Tony Manero anymore in Saturday Night Live, or, but or Saturday Night Fever, not Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I just saw an Edward Furlong movie, and he didn't age well either.
Edward Furlong?
Yeah, you know who that guy is?
Yeah,
he
sure.
was like a child star.
Yeah.
But he was probably about 25, but he was looking like he did a lot of drugs or something.
He used to date Paris Hilton.
He did, huh?
Yeah. There's a name you don't hear anymore. Have you noticed that she's kind of dropped out of the media?
Paris Hilton?
Yeah.
I wonder if it was probably intentional. She has enough money to, decide when she drops out.
Right, exactly.
Maybe. She's growing up, you think? She's not quite as starved for attention.
But anyway, Savages by Oliver Stone. It's kind of an offbeat sleeper kind of film.
We got 2 more minutes.
Yeah,
so
Benicio del Toro. I'm not familiar with him.
Benicio del Toro is is it like an Oliver Stone movie?
It is, and Oliver Stone has not made good movies in recent years, in my opinion. But this one was okay.
Really?
I think his last good film was Born on the 4th of
His problem
July.
is he's just too heavy-handed. Is that what it is?
It's a really violent film. I got to warn people. He's really into all this really vicious violence in a lot of his movies, like Natural Born Killers.
Yeah. I wonder. I've never really heard him explain why.
I don't know why, but he.
I mean, not that. I just would like to know what he thinks about it. Not that I'm making it.
Wall Street's my favorite film by him, though. Wall Street.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are the movie reviews. I'm going to turn it over to Chuck now for the end of the show.
Really?
Yeah, because you're the host of the show, as you've often pointed out.
So, I guess next week we're going to crank up the sound. I think that Santiago's going to be back. I don't know if I'll be here. Dave, we don't know if you're going to be here.
Don't know.
Dave, I'm sure you're going to come back again if we keep doing the show, right?
Probably will.
You never know. I mean, everything can change
Make a few
in a moment's notice.
Few guest appearances, yeah.
But yes, it's been great. Like, you've been helping me out doing the show.
Sure enough.
While Santiago's been gone. Me and Santiago will probably hopefully record a bunch of music on Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Then on Sunday I gotta work all day. So, but yeah, that's it. So we can hit stop now. All right, thanks.